Hello everyone, this is Nick.
This is Claire.
Welcome to our channel. Today's topic is about after graduation, should I go to a big company like Google, Facebook, or a small startup? The reason why I have this question is that one of my friends raised me such a question. He had some confusion after graduation. Should he try to apply for a job in a big company like Google, uh, Facebook, Uber, something like that, on a small startup? So I think that's the topic. I'd like to introduce a bit about my career path. I was a Google engineer right after graduation. And then later I moved to Snap, which was about moderate size, about a few hundred engineers at that time. And later I joined a small startup with only three engineers at the beginning. So that's pretty small startup. Yeah, so that's when I started my career path, from very big company to a very small company.
Yeah, and my career path is quite the opposite. So I started small. My first job was in the company with only 5 employees when I joined. And my second job, I moved to a company which is more of a corporate company, but it's still in the startup phase. But when I joined, it has more than 100 employees.
More than 100.
Yeah, so I started small and moved to a bigger company.
So that's totally different. Yeah, I'm a software engineer and you are a marketer.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. So back to the question, I think the first aspect I can think of is the level of mentorship. While I was in Google, I felt that I had the chance to draw enough attention, the guidance from my mentors, who was a very senior engineers at that time. So he even reviewed my codes line by line, and gave me a lot of instructions hand in hand. So I really love that way. I really appreciate his help during that time. What's your opinion, Claire?
I would agree with that, and I would also say that you can also get a very good mentorship even from a very small company, because based on my personal experience, in my first job, I got the chance to work very closely with the founder and the CEO of the company, who was an excellent woman entrepreneur, and she's an excellent interpreter. And we even became very good friends. And she gave me a lot of not only professional training, but also life advice. So I would say, if you are very self-motivated, and you learn from everyone, you can get the very high level of mentorship from every person you work with. So it really doesn't matter whether it's a small company or a big company.
Yeah, I think you're right. It's definitely not the difference between a big company or a small company. It's about how you learn from everyone else around you, right? And the second aspect we can think of is the risk and return, because in my first job as a Google engineer, so they gave us a lot of benefits, and their stocks can be even treated as cash in market. So which, I mean, the benefit will include a lot of like health benefits, vision, dental. They even give us like a free gym, free laundry service, like that. So I think that was really a happy time for me.
And the cafeteria.
And cafeteria, of course.
Yeah.
So I think if you like to have some cash, if you like to have a stable financial income, a big company might be a better choice.
Yeah, but I would say that most of the startups nowadays are also providing very good benefits.
It's true. Yeah.
Quite good, but maybe not as good or thorough as what's provided in Google. Like, I know you have a swimming pool, which is incomparable.
It's not going to happen in any company.
Yeah.
Yeah. But also, I think that the risk for the startup is that I think based on statistics, 90% of them they would just disappear after a few years. So unfortunately, that's true even in Silicon Valley. So if you want to have a stable job and if you want to keep your job for a few years, so because people don't expect Google to disappear next day, right? But that might happen to many small startups, right? But the good thing is that if you live in Silicon Valley, you can find an easy job next day. So even though your company goes bankruptcy, maybe, yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
And I have a question for you, Nick.
Yeah.
So because we live together,
Yeah.
so I know that you spend 1 or 2 hours every day swimming in Google when you were in there. Did you really enjoy that?
That's a very good question. So, personally speaking, I would say no, because I use the same amount of time in writing codes and developing features. However, it was quite hard at that time because I was only one of the maybe 50,000 engineers in Mountain View. So it was very challenging for me to stand up and to present my ideas, to own the features, and to have some direct impact to the future of the company. So I felt that it was a little bit hard compared to working in a startup. I think this also leads to our third aspect about the impact and the ownership, right? Because right now I'm in a startup, I'm directly involved not just the technical design of the product, but also the business roadmap. I feel deeply involved in the business decisions of the company. So I prefer it that way. How about you, Claire?
Yeah, I would agree with that. Because theoretically in a bigger company, you're quite focused on the job that's been assigned to you. While in a small company, maybe you got more chance to explore and spend more time with other teams.
Yes.
And know more aspects of the business. More than you can in a big company. Like in my first job, even though I'm a marketer, like my job description tells me that I'm a marketer, but I have to do the designer job, and I have to be a PM, and sometimes I even have to work as the financial planner for the company, for the entire company. But in my second job, it's a more established one, and my job was quite limited to its to my responsibilities. Like
your job description.
Yeah, just working on the digital marketing aspects. So yeah, that's another thing to consider comparing the startups and the corporate jobs, I think.
So Claire, do you think we have any conclusions for us?
Well, I don't think that this topic is a
yes or no question.
Yes or no question. Because it depends on the industry, it depends on your personality, and sometimes maybe it's just a matter of luck.
Okay.
Like how you started, what's your first job? What's the first job you landed? And what's your life? How's your life evolved? So I don't think a conclusion is necessary, but hope our discussion is helpful.
Yeah, do enjoy your life. Yeah, that's our advice. So
okay, so that's all of our discussion today. If you have any opinions towards our topic today, please leave us comments below, and if you like this video, please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Thanks for watching.
Thank you.